Shazam is certified fresh, and Adam Gertler was at the premiere. Zack Snyder has some strong words about his work, more insight from Joker, and our special guest from Shazam, Faithe C. Herman, right now.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
What? Hot sauce Quasto. That's
Yeah.
I
Why
love
are you
that.
calling him hot sauce?
Because
all
you
of a
just said,
sudden?
you're like, Johnny, that was a great intro. I was like, hot sauce. He's just hot sauce to me now.
All
He's
right.
been on fire today.
I appreciate that.
He is on fire.
That's why he's Johnny.
Well, this show's
Tapatio.
going to be on fire. We are DC Movie News Live, and of course, you can follow us at DC Movie News Live on all social media handles. Big show. We had a special guest last week. We have a special guest this week, Faithe C. Herman, the adorable Darla Dudley from Shazam.
Yes.
Can't wait to have her in studio. But first things first, I'm Johnny. This is Mr. Mike Kalinowski.
That's who I am.
That's the crown jewel, Roxy Striar.
Hello,
and,
hello.
our very own Adam Gertler is not with us in studio, but
No.
he was at the premiere.
He was.
Yeah, he was at the premiere with Ryan, our
They're
new
killing it.
producer.
Those guys were
and they
killing it out there.
Crushing the game. They honestly looking sharp too. Let's be real.
Does he ever not look sharp?
Let's be real.
I don't think he ever doesn't look sharp.
It would be great if we could actually get him on the line. I think...
Maybe if we said the word Shazam, he'll appear.
Okay, let's
Okay.
try. Ready?
3,
1, 2,
3.
3.
Shazam! Do we have him?
We have a roll-in, guys.
Hey!
Hey!
Do you guys want to see this package of Adam clowning it up at the premiere before we get his thoughts on the...
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
We're
This
saying
is,
hi to him.
this is gorgeous. You guys are going to love this.
Let's see it.
I love it.
And I'm on the red carpet at the world premiere of Shazam! You have to say it like that. It has the exclamation point in the title. Here's the
does.
stage. We don't know what's going to happen there. Here's a wall with lots of Shazams on it. There's a bunch of
That's
press
the oddest
people
looking
over there.
microphone
Look at them. We're
flag I've
running
ever
down
seen.
Oh my gosh, my
I don't even
favorite.
know if we're
It's a
allowed
popcorn
to do this,
one.
but
I know.
we're doing it anyway. Sue, what is up? Look at all these Shazams.
Look at all the
everywhere.
people.
Shazam, Shazam,
Wow.
Shazam.
That's a massive Shazamily out there.
I mean, we're completely... I mean, talk about the Shazam family. The Shazamily is in full effect.
Wow.
That was exciting. I think they maybe thought I was somebody I wasn't. in the film that deals with a Ferris wheel, and they've actually recreated an actual one. And I think they're actually going to be having like a party here soon, which a lot of these people are invited to, and I guess they're going to be able to go on the Ferris wheel. But we've got to get back to the carpet because pretty soon the cast, the director, some of the producers from Warner Brothers, DC, and New Line are going to be walking the red carpet. And we got to go. We got to go catch him and talk to him. I'm Adam Gertler for DC Movie News on the Popcorn Talk Network, and we'll see you in a minute.
Look at that.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I got home last night and I was like, why is there a Ferris wheel in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard? That would explain why.
You didn't know?
I just...
There was
Hollywood.
a good reason.
There he is.
was a good
There
reason
he
for that
is.
Ferris wheel,
Just
guys.
say the name. Adam Gertler. What's up, buddy?
Oh, guys, that was cool. It was really interesting and surreal to listen to the beginning of this show through a phone while I'm driving to San Diego right now. That was a new experience.
Wow. You learn something new every day. So how was it being there? Was it just like the energy? Was everybody loving this? Talk to us about the scene.
Yeah, I think, the nature of, like, the tone of this film really seemed to carry through to the crowd. It seemed like there were a lot of invited fans because there were a lot of people in costume like that you just saw in that package.
Yeah.
I think there may have also been a contingent of foster children there. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling there were invited foster children because when the movie announced, David Sandberg and Zachary Levi gave a great pre-show speech, and they mentioned foster children, and there was a lot of cheering from one section of the crowd. So I sort of thought that was going to happen. But I will say, when we were in there, we were right next to Ryan and I, producer Ryan, who was great yesterday. We were next to Sterling K. Brown, and I think on the left, and his whole family. And then on the right, we believe the writer or one of the writers of the movie Shazam. We were right there in the theater.
That's amazing. Who did you actually get to talk to, Adam? Did you get to interview a lot of the cast?
We got to talk to just about everybody we wanted to, with the exception of David F. Sandberg. Unfortunately, we missed him. But we spoke to Mark Strong, who was great. We spoke to Zachary Levi. We spoke to almost all the kids, including Asher and Jack, as well as the composer, which was really interesting because here's a guy, Benjamin Wallfish, who got to come up with an original cinematic musical language for Shazam, much like John Williams or Danny Elfman before him.
Right.
So what an exciting thing for that guy to get to come up with a theme and a beautiful score for the film.
Did you get to talk to a friend of the show, Jovan?
Oh, we spoke to Jovan. He was great. He actually complimented me on my haircut. He recognized that I had my haircut from last week. He was great, and I also spoke to the young lady that you're going to have in studio today, who was amazing.
All right.
And on a second viewing, her performance seems even more scene stealing. Like, she's really, really great in the film.
Oh, it's exciting.
That's awesome. Any other last tidbits you want to leave us with? Things that only somebody who went to the premiere could possibly know, Adam?
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Well, I know that there was a great party that included that Ferris wheel as well as the grilled cheese truck, the Cousin Maine lobster truck. They had French fries going on, popcorn, a lot of stuff that I was not able to get to, unfortunately, because we were doing interviews. But I will say the entire cast and everybody, as well as Walter Hamada was there, a lot of other celebrities. And, I mean, the energy inside the theater was just electric, you know. The humor went over so well. When we saw it, Roxy, it was in a much smaller room, and it was more like industry people. So to watch this film with a huge crowd, and the humor works even more because the people laughing give you permission to laugh. So I recommend seeing this movie early. We saw it in IMAX, and it made me actually catch a few Easter eggs that I did not see the first time that I will not talk about. But there are some slick things that David Sandberg put in this film, and the overall feeling was just, you're so happy for him, from where he's come from. He's a guy that's been with us on social media since they started the production of this film, since day one. We were watching him make these posts with these Coke cans and figurines,
Yep.
and now he's freaking at the IMAX at the Chinese theater premiering this film. Zachary Levi also couldn't believe. He's like, I've always dreamed of being part of something that would stop traffic at Hollywood and Highland. And he's like, I'm sick of my bubblegum chewing face. And, as a testament to how good the marketing was on the film.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Adam, for going to do that. I'm happy to hear about your time there, that it was great.
And the second time around, did you catch anything that you didn't really see the first time? Don't tell us about it, but was it more
just
like...
said yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I was trying to log into our Twitter.
Yeah.
So...
The answer is yes, yes, and yes.
All right, beautiful.
Have a safe drive, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you so
and
much.
yes.
Thanks,
Don't spoil
Adam.
it.
Have fun in San Diego.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great show. Enjoy talking to Faith. Shazam!
Shazam, buddy boy.
And for more on that, guys, you have to check out his coverage. Most of the videos are up. They're all going to be up by the end of the day.
Ooh, yes.
It's a different side of Adam, and it's really fun to see. So props to him. And I also want to say props to Warner Brothers for making this a beautifully well-facilitated process. No one does a carpet like them.
Yeah, shout out. I won't say her last name because she probably doesn't want people hounding her, but to our friend Liza over at Warner Brothers, who has really, really helped out. We love working with you guys. We love working with you guys. So
Very
thank you so
grateful,
much.
for sure.
And thanks for the good spot on the carpet too. I hear he was right next to CNN.
Oh,
so that means we are fancy.
We're moving up there. We're moving up in the world.
Fancy.
Look at
We are growing.
Moving on up to the top. It's a deluxe apartment.
Keep going. No, keep
the
going.
Jeffersons kids. I'm dating myself here.
You know what's bad though is that I hear if we play actual songs or YouTube footage, we might get pulled down now that YouTube's being so tricky. And that was so dead on that I'm worried. I mean, Jeff, you think that's going to be a copyright for us?
I did 10 seconds.
Panicking the booth here.
I think 10 seconds.
Shut it down, Mike.
10 seconds is the limit. I think I got it.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Okay,
Pretty sure. So Shazam, certified fresh, 93% Rotten Tomatoes, definitely the highest rated.
That's fantastic.
DC film.
But you know what? No, duh. This movie is bomb. I am not surprised by this in the least. And I just think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that this movie's doing this well. Finally time for us to just kick butt.
It still feels though it feels like it's been so many people have been seeing it for weeks now.
Yeah.
It's like I saw it 2 weeks ago, and it's just like
the
I need to see it
Fandango
again.
thing too.
Yeah, and not just pundits and screen and reviewers. It's like fans have seen the movie. So
Johnny, very briefly, because you haven't been on the show since you saw the movie.
Yeah.
I know you did do a review for our Twitter.
I did.
But fan?
A fan of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course I am. Yeah. No, it was really heartwarming. Like Zachary Levi was great, but what really stood out to me was the casting of the other characters.
Right.
The casting was just so fantastic. There's a couple little issues that I have, but I'm not going to discuss them yet because I want people to see the film first. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a harsh critic by any means. There's a couple things that I think could have been different, but overall, just great casting, great performances, and the story itself, it was a very seamless story. Some movies that run over 2 hours tend to run a little long. I don't think this ran long at all, and I think start to finish, it's incredibly fun, and you don't have to be an expert on comics to really love the film and understand it, right? And that's important, to not need to know the entire canon to enjoy the film. You don't need to know anything. You can show up and watch this film and totally be like, yeah, I get that. Yep. And that's important.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we move on to...
We gotta
move on. Yeah, we're going to have abridged news today again this week, guys, because we know how much you love when we have guests in, as we've mentioned, Faith is coming in. So we'll get through as much as we can, and whatever we don't get through, we'll get to next week.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we got to talk Zack Snyder. So he's had a lot of things to say over this past week. I know Mikey...
well, everyone's been asking me. They're like, asking you to talk about it. You're going to talk about it? You damn right I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
I got thoughts.
Oh, me too.
Here's a couple things.
Well, here's the thing. First of all,
let him say what happened.
Well, are you going to give the setup of what it was?
Because
a lot of people are not sure of what this was.
Okay, well, let Johnny say what happened.
Okay. There's a video of someone yelling out, release the Snyder cut. He said, all I can say is, sure, there's a cut. It's done. I have a cut. I have a bunch of them. So it's not like that's up to them is kind of what he's saying. He also mentioned at one point, he said something to Debbie where, when someone mentioned that you have the most director's cuts than anyone, he said, yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing, kind of joking around a little bit.
And then
murky.
Well,
it's murky.
What this was it was a...
And then...
Well, hold on. This event was put on his an art school did a 3-day weekend screening. It was Day of the Dead, Watchmen, BVS, one a day. They were like $100 a ticket. I tried to get tickets. They were sold out within minutes. And all the proceeds were going back to the school. So this was not just him showing his movies and attacking people. This was, hey, fans, if you like my movies, come support the school that I support. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have food. We're going to talk about these movies we love. Because people are like, people come out, they're like, Zack Snyder needs to get over his films. He needs to stop dwelling. He's like, he made these films. Yeah. It's his filmography. He loves the films he made, and he wants to share with fans like me and people that want to go. I hope to God no one was in that audience that doesn't like the Snyder films. If you don't like BVS, you paid $100 to go to that movie, I have nothing to say to you.
And also, it's very subjective, but I love when Zack drops knowledge about the projects that would have been if he still stayed at the helm. I think it's amazing when he's dropping those little dark side tidbits. I love that stuff because you never know what can happen.
Are you guys kidding, though? Are we not going to talk about what happened?
What he said, he's like, you need to grow the F up.
Okay, so here's his actual
Read
quote.
It.
So during that event, there's a Q&A afterwards, right?
He's a little drunk. He's been drinking all day.
Good.
He seemed toasted.
Good for him.
He seems toasted.
Good for him.
Take us on this journey, Roxy.
Okay, so in the Q&A, he's asked a question to which he answers. Someone says to me, Batman killed a guy. I'm like...
21 maybe, who knows?
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to say the actual quote.
Do it.
I'm like, fuck, really? Wake the fuck up. And then he says, once you've lost your virginity to this, I've said too many F words right now, so I'm going to say to this effing movie, and then you come and say to me something about, like, my superhero wouldn't do that. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, down the effing road on that. It's a cool point of view to be like, my heroes are still innocent. My heroes didn't effing lie to America. My heroes didn't embezzle money for their corporations. My heroes didn't commit any atrocities. That's cool, but you're living in an effing dream world.
Shout out to Whiskey and Ginger.
And there's more, but
I love it. I love it. It's like... We've talked about this. These are his movies. This is his Batman. He's allowed to do what he wants to do. For people who goes like, that's not my Batman. Batman doesn't kill. And then you list off all the times that Batman's killed, and then they come back with, well, I'm not talking about the Golden Age because that's when the comic first started and he wasn't finding his footing. And he got there. It's like, no. Batman is killed in every single decade. You can go... The Zack Snyder, that's not my Batman. But to say it's not Batman is completely false.
And it's unrealistic.
You know what? The 60s Batman show, I hate that show with a passion. I don't think there's anything good in it. It's just not my Batman. It is a version of Batman.
The Adam West version?
It is an Adam West. It is a version that people love.
It was not a good
It's
show.
not my version. So for you to go, Zack Snyder's Batman is not Batman. It's false. It's not your Batman.
Fine. I get your point. Completely disagree. I think that Zack Snyder, I agree with the fact that it's not your Batman. I get that concept. I disagree with that he should have said this. And I know that we don't have that much time, but I will say that right now, the only reason people are clamoring for a Snyder cut is because Snyder won't stop. He just keeps promoting. And DC is moving forward and on. And Shazam should have the light all week. This week should be about Shazam. We shouldn't be talking about Snyder being like, wait the fuck, people, I'm my Batman. Like, just let
Roxy,
somebody else shine for 1 second.
Roxy, the problem with that is he didn't come on the red carpet because he's a producer in the film, and they asked him on the red carpet, hey, is there a Zack Snyder cut? And he's like, hey, wake the hell up, there is. He created an event for fandom. Mm-hmm. This is just, hey guys,
he's giving them what they want.
Come support the school.
His response,
we're donating all the money. We're gonna talk. You want me to be open with you? I'm gonna be open as hell.
Yeah, Mike, but why wasn't his response? Yes, there were different versions that I would have liked to have seen. That's not how it went, and I'm really happy for how DC's doing right now. So keep on, go and see Shazam, and
because he wasn't treated very well by it all.
I'm not saying that he necessarily. Well,
I'm with you.
I don't know if that's true.
I see your point, but this is almost like he mentioned, he created this event. It's like if you go to see your favorite music artist and they don't play their biggest hit, you're gonna walk away saying, "What the hell?" So people want to hear this from Zack Snyder.
I was going because I wanted to hear this stuff. I just couldn't get in.
If I'm going to see Ricky Martin, he better play "Livin' La Vida Loca."
This is my favorite part about things like this. With Ty Jedi 86, Roxy, relax, bro. Did you hear Mike?
My point of, and I'm not Roxy. I'm not always right.
Relax.
I'm usually not right. But with this Zack Snyder thing, I am right. And I wrote a tweet out that's gotten more than 2,000 likes on it.
We have to move on.
Okay.
We have to move on.
We could talk more about it.
Let me just say this last thing. A closing thing.
Okay.
You might not like what the artist did, but respect. And if you're a creative person, you're coming out against Zack Snyder, respect that he's a creative that made choices. You might not like it, but just respect that he did.
And his knowledge.
That we have to move on.
I'll respect.
And his knowledge was second to none, so there you go. Yes. Marc Maron had a couple of interesting quotes about working on Joker this past week. He said, the approach Todd Phillips has taken is more of an origin story and a character study of a mentally ill person that becomes the Joker. It's more of an intimate and gritty movie with a very specific scope. It's going to be really interesting to see how it comes out. And then he even admitted, I've been judgmental when it comes to comic book movies, and I got a little pushback in the press for being a hypocrite. He said, whatever I think, if you get a call and someone says, hey, do you want to do a scene with De Niro in Phoenix? Your principles fall to the wayside. At least Maron admitted it.
Yeah, this is going to be Spielberg with Apple TV now, whatever it is. Like when you're getting interviewed, you make comments and you have to take it back. Everybody craps on you. More power to Marc Maron for admitting this. I'm so excited for the Joker movie. It's insane. Just stoked on this. What else you got for us, Johnny?
I'm ready for it. Is that all we got for Maron? We want to move on from there, I guess. We probably should, huh?
Yeah.
We got to knock these
out. Let's see. Hush has been cast. We have a whole bunch of people here. Jason O'Mara is going to be Batman again. Sean Maher as Nightwing. I don't know if I said that right.
Mayer.
Yeah, Sean Mayer. Stuart Allen, Jerry O'Connell, Rebecca Romaine, Rainn Wilson, also reprising their roles. Jennifer Morrison. You can go to superherohype.com. There's an article about it.
I'm excited about this. I'm excited. Yeah, we'll see how it is. And I know that we want to start actually doing more coverage of the animated films on this show. So we're going to definitely break this one down for you guys. So look out for that. Mm-hmm. And before we move on to more news that you have, Johnny, didn't you say, Mike, something broke right before the show?
Jeff Snyder over Collider dropped that Jai Courtney has signed on for Boomerang, Captain Boomerang for Suicide Squad 2. So again, to all those people that were saying it, it's not a reboot if you got the same cast. It's not a reboot.
But it's not the same cast, but same cast members. Interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm okay with Jai Courtney.
People weren't just
saying, he was one of the favorites of it. So
people weren't just saying that, though. It was when it came out, The Suicide Squad instead of Suicide Squad 2, that people were like, oh, this is a completely different film.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
I'm waiting on that Viola Davis confirmation that she's back.
If we're bringing back Harley and we're bringing back Boomerang, we're bringing back Amanda Waller.
Yep. She's gotta be.
Come on, baby.
But that's news just broke today. Jeff Snyder
we're
minutes
breaking
ago.
News and talking about it.
So we'll be talking about Shazam with our special guest just a few minutes. But Mark Strong, who plays Dr. Sivana, he talked about Sinestro from Green Lantern. Has, he's kind of bummed out about it. He said, I love Sinestro because I always thought if we could really manifest that guy, a look for that guy as he is in the comics, that would just be insane. I love the fact that he looked the way he did. I really enjoyed it. And it was a shame to me the movie didn't kick in because, I thought that part was great.
I feel bad for Mark Strong because he's in a bomb movie right now where he does a bomb job and people are still talking to him about a movie that did not do well. Let him move forward.
He's fine.
Let him have his moment in the sun.
Yeah, it's just like when Zack Snyder's going to do his next movie interview and they're going to bring up Batman vs. Superman again, because they will.
course they will.
Okay, it's not a DC. I'm saying it's literally the same
brought it back
franchise. I know what you did. I see what you did. I know.
2,000 likes. Might be Christmas.
Yeah. Can I just read my tweet?
Yeah.
Can you just read my tweet really quick?
Please. And then you want to do TV time like super fast? One or two things? Okay, TV time.
It's time for... Okay, so here's all I'll say. There was a new Gotham poster that is awesome. Batman is on it, which is so cool.
New Gotham, who
This
dis?
last episode of Gotham was the best yet. We have 4 weeks off. Go check out AfterBuzz TV for all of your TV coverage, for everything you want to see, because you really need to break down all these shows. Supergirl had the best episode ever.
Okay.
Holy crap with Lex Luthor. Oh my God, it was so good. And then a little bit more news. Matt Ryan wants Constantine to appear on DC Universe. So we've talked about what's going to go on with him. People are talking about Constantine on Swamp Thing and what that would look like. We'll talk more about that next week, though.
Sounds good. I think we're going to kick to a clip that Adam Gertler, I believe, has with Faithe C. Herman, our special guest from the red carpet last night. And then hopefully we'll get her in studio. So let's check it out.
Hey, DC Movie News fans, we're on the red carpet for the world premiere of Shazam, and we're about to meet the cast and crew and talk about the making of this great new film in the DC movie universe. Your character has possibly more dialogue than anyone else in the film. Is that true?
Kinda.
You do a lot of talking in this film.
Darla's very chatty, so yeah.
Are you as chatty in real life?
Yes, my siblings tell me, babe, you talk so much.
Well, I think that probably helped you get the part, huh?
Yeah, I like Darla.
What is it about Shazam that you think fans of DC comics and movies are gonna love?
They're gonna love that it's very like lighthearted and a lot of humor and heart, and like people could relate to the movie too, so that's important.
Now, you got to work with Zachary Levi on set a little bit. What was he like to work with?
He's so funny, and he plays an amazing Shazam, and he's awesome. Like when we did like the first day of filming, like when we were all together, it was so funny because he was like making like different voices and stuff. He's awesome.
So, are you really good at keeping secrets?
Yeah.
So, you're not going to tell us what happens at the end of the movie?
No. I can't tell you. It's a surprise, so you have to wait till the end.
Well, you can see more Faith on DC Movie News on the Popcorn Talk Network, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you.
All right, it is now time for our special guest. She's incredible. You know her as Annie Pearson in the smash hit, critically acclaimed series This Is Us, but more specifically for this show, you will love her as Darla Dudley in Shazam. She is Faithe Herman. Hello!
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you as chatty as your character is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to have a good conversation today, I think.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit exhausted right now with everything that's happening, or you just have nonstop energy?
Non-stop energy.
See?
Oh, it's got to be, it's different, I feel like, than This Is Us, the press for that. Is this all new to you, or is this how it was like for This Is Us as well?
Well, yeah, we did like a lot of press for This Is Us too, so it's kind of like the same here.
Okay. But this time you get to be in a superhero movie, so I think that your fans are different. It's a whole different world for you. Are you liking the experience? Is this fun for you, or like Johnny says, is it a little more tiring?
This is such an amazing experience, and I want a number 2 so bad for Shazam, and I loved filming this movie with everyone. Everyone's so great.
Already pushing for a number 2.
Look at that. Look, she knows what she's doing already. I would think that that's going to be a given. We have all seen the movie already, so we're not going to talk spoilers, though. But we've all seen the movie. We saw it a couple weeks ago, and we've been dying to talk to you guys about this because we just had such a wonderful time with it. And like we had Giovanna on last week, so you get to tell us. Can you tell us a little bit about working with the other kids and you guys, because you guys spent so much time together, right? Was it up in Toronto?
Yes, in Toronto, so it was cool going somewhere new, and then everyone's so sweet, and we're like a real family because we hanged out a lot, and we like we stayed in like the same place, so we would have like a slumber party. We watched Annabelle, which Grace is in, and then we watched It. And then we made pancakes.
You're a little young to be watching these films.
Was that scary for you?
It scared me.
Kinda.
Well, you're a tough cookie.
Wow.
Jovan was saying that he didn't actually get to meet any of the other kids, though, until he was on his flight to Toronto. Did you get to meet anybody before you were on set?
Well, not yet. We didn't get to hang out yet, but probably on the first day we met each other and stuff.
Were you nervous at all going into meeting all these new people that you didn't know how they were going to be?
Kinda, but I was kind of nervous, but I was really excited to meet everyone.
It seems like everybody loved you.
I'm still blown away that you got through Annabelle and It. That's so amazing to me.
So we were letting on a little bit of a secret that you guys and your friends had made. Were you part of the Shazam, Fam, Bam, a Lamb? Is that what it is? Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you add a word to that, or was no? Because
well, like we all started, like Jawan started coming up with like Shazam, Fam, Bam, Lamb, Wham, like just like a lot of words.
Right.
Yeah.
Roxy tried to do it too, and he denied her.
I tried to add a word. I said like Bam or something on
You
the
said
end.
Tam.
Shazam, Fam, Bam, Lamb, Tam.
And then she was like,
and
Tam.
I added a rhyming word, and he said no, that I wasn't
Javon was
cool
like,
enough
no.
to add the word.
Yeah, I think you got to add a word like glam. I think that would make a little
Okay,
more
so
sense.
can I add glam? Do I have your permission?
Fam, Fam, Lamb, Glam. I like that.
See,
She's much nicer. Look at
way
that.
more inclusive. Friendship.
Roxy could have the credit for glam.
Yeah, Johnny did. Johnny did completely come up with it.
That's
so
okay.
We do have a lot of questions for you coming from the live chat right now. All your fans are tuning in live, watching this. And Vince wants to know what it was like working with Zachary Levi and Mark Strong, and if you learned anything from them.
They're very sweet. Like Mr. Mark, he was so nice when we met him and stuff, and like we had a cool conversation. And then Mr. Zachary, he's really funny. Like on the first day when I worked with him, like, and we were all together, he's like really funny. He was all making like these different voices, and he's like an amazing Shazam. And I learned a lot from them, especially when I would like see the scenes, because I would ask to like see them again. And yeah, they're amazing.
What are you guys doing when you're not filming? Like in between takes, are you guys having conversations about school and your life and everything going on, or are you talking about the movie?
Yeah, we would like practice together and stuff, and then we also had like a green room, so they had a green room for us, so we would like play on the Nintendo Switch together too, and play like Mario Kart, and it was fun.
Who was the best?
Probably Mr. Zach.
Okay.
Mr. Zach and Mr.
everyone's
Mark.
really good, but yeah, he plays a lot.
Can I ask, what was it like? So when Mr. Mark is in his full makeup for Dr. Savannah, is it like a totally different person? Like, was it scary seeing in that eye and everything?
At first, when I heard in the script there was going to be like a villain and stuff, I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of scared and stuff to meet the person, and I wonder who it is. And then when I met him, it was really cool how they did like the makeup and stuff on him. It was awesome.
Yeah, because this movie, it gets scary stuff in there. There was some stuff that even for me, I was like, because I'm not a scary guy. I'm not into the scary. Like you said, you saw it. This was me throughout it the entire movie. So with this, there were a couple times with those scares. And I'm like, oh, this is, wow. So did that on set when you were going through this? Were you just like, that's no big deal? Were you guys, because Mark Strong seems like a pretty terrifying guy sometimes when he's in character.
He does get like serious and into his character, but he's a really great villain. He's really great.
We definitely agree with that.
Yes, we do.
Josh in the chat wants to know, did you read any Shazam comics to research for Darla Dudley? I don't know if you picked up any of those or...
I didn't learn too much, and I didn't know a lot about Darla, but then when like the New 52 came out, me and my mom did read it and stuff.
Wow.
But that was probably like kind of after filming, but I love Darla, and it kind of showed like when I read the script like about her character, like that she talks a lot and that she loves purple because she wears it a lot, and glitter too.
So you read the entire script when you got it. What was the first thing you thought? You're looking through this. Do you know how amazing this is going to be yet, or were you excited?
You're like, hey, a job's a job.
Yeah.
I was really excited. I've always wanted to be in a superhero movie, so I was so excited. I'm like, I want to start filming right away. And then it was so fun going to Toronto, meeting everyone, and everyone was so amazing. Like when I first got there, because I was the last one to get there, they all like did like a nice warm welcoming and surprised me, and all gave me hugs, and they're just all so sweet. And
What did you do about school while you were on set?
we have 2 school teachers, and like I would get my homework before I left to Toronto from my teacher, and then I would work on it with my set teacher.
Wow.
So it's almost like you're working double time.
You're doing more than Mr. Zach and Mr. Levi. Mr. Zach and Mr. Strong out there, I'll bet, because they're not doing homework. You guys can do homework and then come to set.
Yeah.
But you guys had fun, it seemed like. So it was
Yes.
just like... Now, were the other kids in the school when you guys were not filming? Would you guys all be in like the same room doing your different homeworks together, or did you have to go by yourself?
Well, we had like a huge schoolroom, so we all had like our own little desk, me, Ian, Jack, Asher. And yeah, because Javon and Grace are older, so they're not in school,
he told us that.
And it was fun in school, and we had really fun set dates.
That's good. That's good.
Do you know anything about the Justice League? Do you know what that is? Did you see the movie Justice League at all?
I haven't seen it. I need to see it.
If you're allowed to see it, I feel like you're allowed to see Justice League. Yeah, okay. So one of the questions from Third Eye Dreamer wants to know if you would like to see this hero and family be brought into the Justice League. I know you were talking about wanting a Shazam too. Do you care how you see the next version of Shazam, or you just want another movie that Shazam and you are in?
I just want another movie, yeah.
Is it because it was so much fun, or because you love the movie?
I love the movie, and it was so much fun, and working with everyone, it's like I want to go back to Toronto and film it again. I just had an amazing experience. It was so much fun.
How long did you film for? Was it continuous?
Well, like everyone had like stayed for longer, like they were there longer, and then I got there like in March, I believe so, March, and I was there for like 3 months.
Wow.
And yeah.
We're getting the 2 wave. We're getting the 2 months.
How crazy is that?
Still a long time.
That was a year ago, and you had to just patiently wait and not say anything to anybody, and I just want people to see this movie.
Were you not able to go until March because you were busy shooting This Is Us?
Yes, so like that time we didn't wrap This Is Us until February. And,
wow.
And then Shazam already had gotten into filming, so I was really happy when like the producers were able to work it out. Mr. Jeffrey and his team were able to work it out so I could film Shazam, and I was so happy when it worked out.
They must have really liked you. They probably said, "This is our girl. We want her, so we're gonna let her. You film and come play with us when you're done." So that's a testament to you that really liked you.
Well, that leads me to my next question. So, how did you come about becoming Darla? Was it a long audition process, or did they know you from This Is Us? Say she's so good, we just want to give her the role.
Well, on the second audition, when I did that, I dressed exactly like how Darla would dress. I wore glasses and like a skirt and like a purple shirt. And
did you pick that out, or did your mom help you?
My mom helped me. Okay.
She's like, what is it?
Good mom.
Yeah. And it was a really easy audition process. I don't think I would get it. I thought I didn't do too good, but it was a fun audition and stuff. And the director, Mr. David, was in there, so he gave really good direction, and I had fun.
Why didn't you think you did a good job?
I don't know. It's just because when I did like when you do second try, but it's probably because like they just want to see how you do it and how you act out the character.
So. Oh, so he asked you to do it again?
Yeah.
And you were nervous that was because you didn't do a good job, but probably he just wanted to see it a second time.
Yeah.
Did he give you any notes, do you remember? Like do it with more energy or anything like that, or he just said do it again?
Like he did, yeah, he did give me a couple of tips for my second time, and they were really good.
Cool.
Does he drink as much soda as he says he does?
He did have like a cake that had soda on it. So.
A cake? Was it his birthday?
Yes, it was his birthday. It was like a Maltese cake. That's what they call the little chocolate covered balls.
Sure.
I forget.
Whatever it's marble.
No, malted. I know you're talking.
Yeah.
Like the little balls, and they're like kind of like a crunchy inside.
Because Maltese is a dog, so I was like, wait a minute.
Like Maltesers or something in Canada, they call that.
Sure, it sounds
I know
delicious.
it's milk
You
and
got it
malt
right,
balls.
girl.
I know
You
exactly what
totally
you're talking
got
about.
it. Other questions from the chat from Ivan Soto. He says, can you ask Faith how it was working with Grace Fulton?
She's like a real big sister. She's so sweet, and like every time we do scenes, she's always like holding my hand and hugging me and asking me if I'm okay. She's amazing.
Have you stayed in touch with them?
Yes, we all have like a group chat together, and like yesterday for the premiere, we're all like texting each other and stuff. So, yeah.
You have a cell phone?
Yes.
Wow. I
And
guess
you
have
text
to.
on it?
Yes.
Roxy, all kids have cell phones nowadays.
I'm so out of the loop. Is
Listen
that
to
true?
Mike.
All kids have cell phones?
All kids have cell phones these days.
I guess so.
What do you guys talk about in the text message, Shane?
Well, like they have like the little games. So like sometimes we could play games, or like when we were going, like it was nighttime, we would like send the little like GIF keys and stuff, like the little things. And yeah, we would just like talk about the day, and like we would also text each other so we could hang out together. So.
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys actually like go get ice cream or the movies or something?
Yes, we would get ice cream, and it was snowing and stuff too. And
Oh
Starbucks.
my gosh. Who can eat the most ice cream?
I don't know.
One of you guys. Is Zach on the chain? Does he ever say anything on the text chain, or is he not on the text chain? It's just the kids.
Just kids.
He's not invited.
Yeah, Roxy, just the
Mr.
kids.
Zachary and Mr. Mark are not invited to the text chain.
But we do have a second one where it's everyone all the time.
Oh, so like
Alright.
the private kid chat. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How was the actual premiere? Because I know that was last night.
It was so much fun. It was awesome, and that huge Ferris wheel was so cool.
Did you ride it?
No, I was on the carpet, but it was such a fun carpet, especially meeting all the fans and signing like the posters and stuff. And so cool seeing everyone dressed up in their Shazam costumes.
Do you know how many interviews you got done yesterday? Did you lose count after a while?
Yeah.
So many, just so many people.
So many.
That's amazing. So you've been on This Is Us for quite some time. How old were you when you got cast on that show? Do you remember?
Been on there for about 3 years.
You were 7 years old, maybe?
Yeah, 7.
Wow. And that fan base is just incredible. So is it a difference between the fan base on This Is Us and all of a sudden the superhero fan base? Is it just everyone's just crazy happy, or have you seen a difference so far?
They're both kind of like the same fan base. Like everyone loves This Is Us, and they're like, oh my god, you guys make us cry every Tuesday.
Right.
Every
And so
episode, you're tearing.
we're like,
Yep.
that's our job.
It's my favorite show on TV, and you guys do it to me. Like I'm one of the criers. I can't help it. Are you allowed to watch? You get to actually watch the show?
Yes. On I think it was season 3 when we were watching the first episode, I was all crying and stuff.
So you know my pain. You know what it's really like. What is it like working with Sterling K. Brown?
He's so funny too, and like every time he's laughing, he always goes to the floor, and he has like such funny jokes and stuff.
Do you think he could play a big superhero? You do?
He's cool.
Well, while we're talking about crying, I mean, I think you would agree, Shazam, that will really touch your heart and maybe cause a couple of tears to fall. Am I right?
I was blubbering. You got me a couple times in that movie. We can't talk about it because we're not talking spoilers. I promise there were no spoilers, but there were several moments in this film that were just, it's so much heart in this movie. I think we all talked about that. And it's just you kids together. And now, because Adam was at the premiere with you guys, and he said that there was was it a group? I think they said they had brought in
other foster
kids. And because I guess Mr. David had mentioned or talked during it, and there's big applause in the audience from these group of foster kids. So it seems like it's opening. They had kind of brought them to the premiere. That's got to be kind of cool. And you guys representing them so well on screen.
Do you know if they were there?
I didn't see them there, but I didn't. But it's cool that we do play foster kids, and then like we get to see other foster kids too, and I like that people get to relate to this movie and like what's happening through Billy's life, that people could relate to what's happening.
Did you know what a foster kid was before being cast in this movie, or did it kind of get explained to you when you were cast?
I knew kind of what it was, and then I got explained more to you.
Okay. Robert in the chat wants to know how you felt when you saw yourself in the movie theater for the first time. Probably a pretty cool feeling.
Wow.
It's so weird seeing myself on like TV and the big screen, but I was so happy, and it's so cool seeing everything get put together, and then like seeing all the scenes we did together. It was so awesome.
How neat was it being on set, for Shazam? Your brothers and sisters, it's such a diverse group of kids. Isn't that I think that's a great message being sent out, that these kids all have such unique backgrounds, but you're a family. Yeah,
we're like a big family. And you don't have to be like family by blood and be related, but it's by like you're bonding together.
Mm-hmm. And even and the casting with the people who play your parents, being that they were foster children as well and brought together, so it's such a cool dynamic to see that family that you guys all created there. It was so cool to see.
How do you learn your lines? Are you just good at memorizing, or does your mom help run them with you?
You were talking a lot in that movie. You had a lot of dialogue.
So lines.
Unbelievable.
My mom helps me a lot, and then like usually we read through the whole script to see how the character is and stuff and how she's acting, and then like usually I say them over and over in my head and stuff, and like go through each page. So yeah, and then my dad helps me too.
Is that part hard for you or fun for you? How do you feel about putting in all the work before you're actually on set?
When I read it, I'm like, oh, this is a lot. But then most of it is like really easy, and then I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I can't memorize this. But then I got used to it from doing like a lot of auditions, because when like the auditions I did, I had to remember a lot of lines.
Oh, you learned all of them before the audition.
Yes.
Whoa, wow.
Impressive, girl. Probably helped with getting you the role.
Yeah, I'm convinced. I think you might be a time traveler. Are you really your age? Because you are so wise and you've already done so much. Are you a wizard by chance?
Maybe.
Oh, see,
She's
all
getting the
right.
secrets. She's keeping the secrets again on us.
Speaking of being a wizard, you have so many different roles in your future. You're going to be able to play whatever you want. What is the dream for you? Like when you watch movies, what kind of character is it? A vampire, a werewolf, a wizard, or just a regular person? What do you want to do?
I don't know, like a cool, funny person, or like I like want to be a superhero.
Okay.
And like a movie that would be cool, and to have like different powers and stuff.
What superpower would you want first?
Flight.
Yo, okay.
The reason why I say flight is because I live in San Diego, so when we go to San Diego to LA, it's like a lot of traffic. So then I can just fly over the freeway.
Yes.
The simple thing.
Good answer. Good answer.
So you must have to come to LA all the time for your auditions and for everything. Is that okay? Or do you memorize in the car, or what do you do in all those commuting?
So before, like, I memorize it like a couple days before the audition, and then like I do memorize it on my way to the audition too.
That's smart.
I would get car
You've got a
sick.
3-hour car ride.
You have to be
to
off the
memorize
hook.
it. Yeah.
Now, I have a question. So, you talk to a lot of actors, and they say, I knew since I was a little kid that I wanted to be an actor. Well, you're still a kid. So, at what age did you say, I want to try this? Or was your mom like, hey, try this audition, and you just loved it? I mean, how did that come about?
Well, when I was little, I was very shy, and I didn't think that I wanted to be an actor. And be like, when I had one of my auditions, they said, how old are you? And I put up my fingers, and then I'm like, oh my God. And
I do the same thing still. It just takes a while.
It does take a while, and you do have to get used to it. And then my mom's like, hey, Faith, I want you to try this out. Because at first, my sisters, like 2 of my sisters, tried it out and did like some commercials and stuff. And then my mom wanted me to try it out, and then I had fun.
All right.
So I started off like doing background work, and then I got an agent, and I started doing like bigger things.
And then a little show called This Is Us came along.
She's like, I've been getting good and been doing little things and getting better. I was like,
Yeah,
I think
This
you're
Is Us and
doing
Shazam.
incredibly well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite actress? Do you have somebody that you look up to, or somebody whose performances you really like, or somebody whose TV show you watch?
Or if you could work
movies?
with them.
Yeah, that's what Josh wants to know in the chat.
Well, I really look up to like Yara Shahidi and Zendaya, and then I love this show, A Series of Unfortunate Events. It's like a mysterious show.
That's kind of dark too.
You like the scary
I'm
stuff, don't
telling
you?
you, she's older than her age. She's so
Sometimes I get creeped out when I watch it, like I need to watch it with my cousin or like on a bigger screen with everyone, but yeah.
Do you have your own Netflix account? That means because that's where that show is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wow.
Her own cell phone, her own Netflix, and doing really well in her career. You're
Faith,
like a
needless to
mini
say,
adult.
you're a cooler kid than all 3 of us were combined.
Yes.
And we congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
The chat is saying, I'm convinced she's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think that too. They know.
Well, we could not be more thrilled to have you on the show, and thank you so much for joining us. And just congratulations on Shazam, because everyone loves it, and we're still a week out from it being
I know.
everywhere.
We were talking about that. It seems like, because we've seen it weeks ago, they did Fandango where fans got to see it, but it still has not hit for just general audiences. It's got to be kind of cool to know that you've been going on this roller coaster ride, but it's going to premiere and it's just going to blow up and everyone gets to see it.
Have you seen Wonder Woman?
Yes, I've seen
right.
the movie. It's so good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Did you get to meet Gal yet, the actress that plays her?
No, I want to meet her so bad. I love Wonder Woman. She's
But-
my favorite.
I have a feeling that
I
you'll
think
be
you might-
able
I
to
think
at
you're gonna
some
meet
point.
her at some point.
I could
I had to
see,
guess.
you two sharing the screen. I think that would be something fun.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations once again. Everyone, Faith Herman. Round of applause.
Great job, girl.
Thank you.
And you have social media, right? You have
Yes.
the Twitter and Instagram. Do you do that yourself, or does your mom help you with that?
My mom manages.
Okay, cool. Where can they follow you? Where can they find you? You know the handle?
At Faith Herman.
Faith with an
Simple
E.
enough.
Yes, Faith with an E.
That's right. All right, excellent. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are at DC Movie News Live on all social media accounts. I'm at Jay Quasto. Mikey?
At Mike Kalinowski.
And I'm at Roxy Striar.
And, of course, follow Adam Gertler at Adam Gertler. He was at the premiere last night, and he'll be back very soon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening every single week. We couldn't do this without you. We love you. See you next time.
Shazam!
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 Phil Svitek and the entire Popcorn Talk Network.
We would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.